YouTube, it's been a while since I made a video, and I apologize for the poor lighting, but this is just something I just need to rant about. Friday the 13th, the new movie got canceled because the movie Rings did not do well in the box office. Oh my god. Don't they realize that, the people who see Rings aren't necessarily the Friday the 13th audience? And how hard is it? I mean, look, I understand, they work hard on those movies, but really, how hard is it to get a Friday the 13th movie made? Really, when you think about the original series, and I love the original series, but it's just these teenagers, they go, or college students, whatever, they go to the cabin, the camp, for whatever reason, is being reopened. They go there, they have sex, they do drugs, they drink, and then Jason comes and kills them in creative ways. Really, all you need for this movie to work is creative kills. And by the way, we're drinking some El Sol with a lime in it, and it's pretty good, quite tasty. But you see what I'm saying? I don't understand with a lot of these movies. They overcomplicate them, or they give them too big of a budget. There's no reason why a Friday the 13th film should be multi-billion dollars. It doesn't have, you don't need Michael Bay as a fucking producer on a Friday the 13th movie. It could be low budget, and really where your money needs to go is on the special effects makeup. This is just something I just needed to rant about and just get off my chest. Because, I've been waiting for this movie, and it's just I don't know. There's always a delay. The last Friday the 13th was what, in 2009? They just been what the fuck? It's really, it's just crazy. And not to mention, Halloween, there's a new Halloween coming out. There's a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre coming out. But we can't get a new, Friday the 13th movie or a decent Nightmare on Elm Street movie. What the fuck? And Friday the 13th is very formulaic. And I don't think the remake was really that bad of a movie. It really wasn't that bad of a movie. I just don't get it. And not to mention we're in a horror drought, man. There's so little horror movies coming out that just you get excited for shit the new Alien. Or was it fucking Annabelle 2 or The Conjuring 3 or whatever they're up to by this point. But it's we can't get a good old-fashioned slasher movie made. It's everything either, and look, everything either has to be a sequel or a remake. And it's just it's annoying that, that you can't get original horror. If we can't have, and look, I understand Friday the 13th is a remake. It's I'm bitching about remakes, but I want to see a new Friday the 13th. The difference between Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, and then stuff I don't know, the Toolbox Murders or something like that, is, Friday the 13th, there were, there was 11 of them before they made the remake. So it's ridiculous that, it's not the same as, if someone said we're going to remake Night of the Demons, or we're going to fucking remake Suspiria, or some shit like that, because it's there's only there's 3 Night of the Demons. If you count Opera and the other one, I guess you could say there's a trilogy for Suspiria, but those really aren't franchise movies. And Friday the 13th is a franchise. So it doesn't really bother me that they did a remake. It's just that it really sucks that Paramount Pictures or New Line or whoever owns the rights now gets you so hyped up for a new Friday the 13th movie. They have a video game coming out. It's they get you so hyped, and then they just say, Rings didn't do well at the box office. We're not going to make this movie. That is ridiculous. It's crazy, because, number one, Rings, I don't really consider that a big franchise either. I mean, I wouldn't compare, the Ring franchise to the Friday the 13th franchise. Maybe if you're looking at it from a Japanese point of view, maybe. But in terms of an American audience, I would say that more people would be more recognizable and familiar with the Friday the 13th franchise than, let's say, something like The Ring. anyways, this video is getting rambly, but it's just something that I was just like, I just needed to vent about. Anyways, thank you for watching and subscribing. And if you ever have some El Sol, put a lime in it. That's what I did. I have today off, so I was like, I'll have some El Sol. Plopped a lime in there. It's pretty good. You gotta watch out for clear bottle beers, though, because sometimes they can go skunky, but I got a fresh, El Sol, and, that lime makes it taste pretty good. But what I'd recommend, though, is whenever you get it, put your hand over put the lime in there, put your hand over the thumb, tilt it. That way the lime goes to the bottom and doesn't get stuck in the neck. Also keep your thumb on there because some of that CO2 is going to want to get out. That's my beer drinking tip to all you people who are 21 and above. And, and to my subscribers, all 12 of you. Maybe one day I'll get to 20 subscribers. I know I haven't uploaded a video in a while, but I just needed to rant about this because it's like, we've been waiting so long for a Friday the 13th movie. Anyways, thank you for watching to me, bitch. Oh, is he gonna let me?